places.
Ready? So this is the City Events and Recognition Committee. We are starting on October 19th, 2022. The time is approximately 4:10, and we will get the meeting started. I would like to acknowledge that we rest on the traditional homelands of the Puyallup people who were there before their homes and speak the Lushootseed language. All right. So we'll try to make this a little bit quick, but it's very interesting because this is the first time we've all been together. So I've been on CERC for 2 years. 2 years, right? 2.5, all during the pandemic. And then I was recognized as chair about a year and a half ago. But this is our first in-person meeting and we have new members, which is super exciting. So I would love to welcome you. And can I introduce everyone right now? Excuse me. Alex. So we'll start with Alex. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Alex Domini.
And where are you from? What do you do?
Oh, I'm born and raised here in Tacoma. I think I've been on here for 2 years as well.
Yeah.
Which feels very strange.
It does.
Adjusted for COVID like 6 months, but like 2 years. And I work at JRA PR and Advertising. So it's a communication firm just here on Dock Street in Tacoma. Born and raised here in the area, love Tacoma. Very near and dear to my heart. I care about the city, which is why I'm involved here.
Yep.
So
Thank you, Alex.
Hi, I'm a newbie. My name is Keone, at large number 1, position 1. And my experience is in event marketing, experiential marketing. So likely everything that you guys do on the back end, I'm the boots on the ground to do face-to-face branding.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that for 17 years and looking to slow that down and now start helping out in the city.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here.
My name is Jacob Tice. I'm also newly appointed to the committee. I came up to Tacoma from Houston, Texas to go to the University of Puget Sound back in 2007. So I've been here since then. And once I graduated, I was like, why leave this beautiful city? So since then, I've been working at South Tacoma Auto, handling their digital marketing, web presence, reputation management, that sort of thing. And also performing as an actor in community and regional theater over that same period of time. So yeah, I'm also really excited to like get into some events planning and working on presentation and things like that. That's all stuff that I'm really strong with and looking forward to helping with.
Great.
Wow, I feel really like underprepared. My name is Kirsten Putman. I grew up in Spokane and both my parents sort of migrated over here in the time since I married a guy in the Air Force, and when he retired,
Married a guy.
he went wherever he is, and I came home. And I work at Nourish Pierce County, which is a food bank, series of food banks here in town. Yes, and I am their grants and communications manager. It's a really cool job and it's a lot of fun. I do a lot of work with youth in and around specifically Olympia, because my dad was in Olympia, so that's where I came when I moved up here. And I've been in Tacoma. We moved up here right before the pandemic, so I'm excited to actually get to know Tacoma and what's going on here.
Very cool. So you want to do you? Kala is our leader. As much as I am the chair, Kala is our leader, so I'll give Kala's introduction. Kala works for the city events and record, but for Tacoma venues and events. So basically running Tacoma Dome, as well as the convention center, and the theaters are now kind of part of that. Kala is here to control us and keep us informed. She also takes beautiful minutes that you will all soon come to recognize, where we get to kind of go back and figure out how we're going to do things and whatnot. But she definitely is our liaison between us and the city. And she is, there's really no words.
No.
Like, I love Kala. Like, I couldn't do this without her. So
Oh,
thank you.
for sure.
Did y'all
Thank
take
you,
over
Kella.
the Pantages and the Rialto?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have a contract with ASM Global,
Oh.
and so they're the on-site managers. We own the buildings. So they are city property, just like the Tacoma Dome, Cheney Stadium and Convention Center.
Yeah.
And our,
And Jessica, I just want to jump in.
Yeah.
Calla supports. She doesn't control. Calla supports.
Wait, am I in control? Am I in control? Do I get that?
You're
all in
Jessica,
control.
you're in control. Calla is your support.
But she's an amazing support, Mayor.
Yeah.
And I know that she soon will be retiring. And I've already started planning. Yes, yep. I had the same look, Mayor.
Wait, I didn't know that.
No,
No, I had the same. I was like, what am I gonna do?
no.
it's not
I'm
tomorrow.
not,
right?
I'm a picture. I'm not,
No, I get, yeah. Not a thing. I'm the same. Yep, I'm in denial. I'm like, I can't do this without her.
You're funny.
I love it. No, she's amazing. Tala has been the hugest support. So my name is Jessica Johnston. I'm the director of Courthouse Square in downtown Tacoma, also known as the Old Post Office. I am the chair of City Events and Recognition Committee. I also sit on the board of Downtown Tacoma Partnership. I love Tacoma. I run 2 properties here. So one downtown, one up on the hilltop. I work a lot with the community to really engage folks and give them a voice is my goal. But I will say that during the pandemic, during very dark times, Kala has been my rock. I can call and I cry and I can laugh and I can do all the things. Be strong also, like obviously make shit happen. But we have though. Yeah. And I really appreciate you. So as much as I am the leader of this group, I couldn't do without Kella. And I really believe in giving love and support to everyone who is helping, which we also have, which leads me into others. We also have Tammy and Jennifer and Gerald online. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Maybe start with Jennifer?
Yeah,
Start with Jennifer.
I will really quick. So sorry I'm not on screen. I'm actually working from the client's office, so there's all kinds of chaos happening around me. So I am the event planner. I help plan the MLK event and the City of Destiny for this group. I also help plan the state of the mayor's office. So I feel like I'm fairly entrenched now with the group. I've been around for how many? Quite a few.
Probably since 2017.
Yeah, at least. I'd say at least. And I do really enjoy working with this group. I mean, obviously coming up, we have the MLK Awards, which will be the event, which will be live and in person, which is so exciting because that's been a long time. And it's a really fantastic event. Excited for the new members of this community, that event, maybe for the first time or maybe, but that's what's coming up, and that's who I am. And just like Kala, I'm here to support.
Thank you, Jennifer. And Jennifer is amazing. So you'll meet her in person at some point. She literally runs our events. So when we have MLK and City of Destiny, Jennifer kind of coordinates with the venues and the catering, like all the things, and makes it happen. Everything we put on paper, Jennifer makes it happen. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Tammy.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not there with you all in person. I'm Tammy Bryant. I'm the Deputy Director for Tacoma Venues and Events, and I oversee marketing and special events. And so it's my great pleasure to get to work with Kala over at the Dome. So we are so happy that you have all committed to being on this committee. And there's a couple of very important events to the community that you'll be involved in and to us, and also helping us oversee funding for a number of other special events in the city. So really appreciate you all being there in person too, and just your commitment to serving on this committee for this year. So I hope you'll have a great time. I know you will, and look forward to seeing you all in person and getting to know you new folks sometime soon as well. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you so much, Tammy. Let's see, Gerald. So Gerald works directly with Tammy. Gerald is in charge of our social media and marketing. He will be on every meeting as Tammy is, and Jennifer is as she can be. Gerald, tell us about you.
Hi, everyone. Like what Jessica said, my name is Gerald. I'm one of the marketing coordinators for the Tacoma Venues events. Like what Jessica mentioned, I handle stuff like with our website, also social media. So if you haven't, go follow us on all social medias, the Tacoma Venues events on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So, but yeah, it's happy to meet all you guys. Sorry, I was running a little late, so.
You're fine. So one thing I want to say is that Gerald is going to, is it next meeting, come in and do headshots?
Yes, I'll be doing headshots for everyone. So
Right.
this will be great. You can use it for your LinkedIn. What we will also be doing is kind of like a committee member spotlight. So I'll ask you a couple of questions, and then of course I'll document it, and then we'll share it on social media. So I'll make sure to tag, so you can also share it on your social media as well. So
Perfect. He's
Yeah.
done an amazing job. Yeah. Yeah.
Really.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Gerald. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Mayor, would you like to say anything?
Well, I wouldn't be the mayor if I didn't say anything. First of all, I want to say welcome back to being in person. And secondly, I want to thank all of you who are volunteering to be a part of the CERC committee. I think the work of this committee is incredibly important because you are forward facing to the community, and you are putting on and supporting events that the community loves and wants to participate in and wants to see in their city. And so I'm grateful for all of you and the talent that you bring to the table. And did I hear right? Is that Alex from J-Ray?
This is
Yes.
Alex from J-Ray, Mayor. Good to see you.
Look, Alex, I think you forgot to tell me something when I talked to you on Monday, but okay.
Yes. And you just can't escape me. That's the thing.
Look, I'm
Alex
good with
is
that.
the best. Yeah. I
So,
love Alex.
just really excited to have all of you as a part of this committee. Two things, you all might be wondering, why is the mayor at our committee meeting? Does she go to all the committee meetings? I do not go to all the committee meetings. Matter of fact, I haven't gone to most committee meetings of any board or commission at the city. I am at this meeting because by trade, not necessarily by trade, but by love, I'm an event planner. And have engaged, if you all are familiar with Ethnic Fest, I produced Ethnic Fest for about 15 years in Tacoma. And in my experience, and as we come out of COVID, I obviously have a great interest and love for the MLK event, and always have more input than I need to have for the
Mayor,
MLK
you
program.
started it, didn't you?
No, I didn't start it. I wasn't. It's older than I am. That means, yeah, right. I wish it was older than I actually am, but it's older than my engagement with the city. But it's something that I've been involved with for a really long time. So its production is incredibly important to me, and how we And how we produce that is incredibly important to me. But what I will say to all of you, especially since we have new members and new energy and as we move forward, and it's why I jumped in to say that CALA supports you. I want you all not to look at what we did last year in any of our events. Or if you do, look at it only to understand what the event is. But I really want you all to dream and to bring that experience to the table that will really enhance and take our events to another level. We've done the MLK program now for CALA, how many years?
Say that again?
How many years?
How many years is MLK?
34,
I think.
34 this year.
34th year.
Maybe 30.
So, and we've done some really creative things a long time ago. We, for the longest time, were the largest indoor celebration in the country for MLK Day. And it's kind of fallen off just a little bit. It's still very good, but I want you all to dream and think about, given the new ways, given the fact that we can be both virtual and in person, and really think about how we can take the MLK program and anything else that you're thinking of. Let me be incredibly clear. If there are events that are missing in our community and you think the city should step up and play a role in producing those, I want to know what those are too. So really want you all to dream and not be inhibited by how we've always done it, but dream about ways that we can do it. The only thing I always ask this committee, especially around MLK Day, is to make sure that any programming that we do reflects the community that we live in. And that we think about all of our events and making sure that we're engaging every part of our community. So I will leave it there and just say I'm so glad to be with you all this evening and look forward to the conversation tonight.
Mayor, how long do we have you?
Well, you can have me probably till about 5 o'clock. You're going to lose me for just about 2 minutes while I run in and hop on my computer at home. And then I've got another meeting, I think it starts right at 5 or I can be a few minutes late. So give me just a couple minutes and I'll be right back.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
It's amazing.
Thank you so much. No, I'm so glad she's here.
It is.
Okay.
It's really exciting kind of conversation with her. She gets very passionate about this event.
So MLK was her baby.
Yeah, she worked on it, and mostly from the choir perspective. She was a choir director, and so she sang in the choir. We're not allowed to because it's public, and the public has to have obvious access.
Okay.
And so it will show up on the recording when people are making noise out there. It's a whole new world. Wait until I go into more of the details, but I don't think we're going to spend too much time on that at this meeting. At this meeting, we really want to make sure that we have this open discussion with the mayor to get it down on paper.
So
to add to the notes that are here. And so you and Alex and Cecily, when if she's able to join us, can get your thoughts down and then bring you guys into the
so what you
focus.
Right. And so what you guys need to know is thank you so much for being here and joining our committee. I'm so happy to have you all. Like, we are so happy. As Calla said, like, this MLK is very much the mayor's kind of favorite thing.
Kind of favorite thing. I don't think she has as much fun. Jennifer might.
Well, Jennifer is there for us forever.
Yeah, but she might have a different thought about this, but I don't think the mayor has as much excitement and happy passion for the state of the city, which Jennifer also helps her produce.
Jennifer does.
She does everything.
She has a lot of passion for it. It's just not as fun. That's all I think.
Yeah.
Well, I always describe this committee as the feel-good committee because you're really doing stuff to celebrate people.
But the thing I guess I want everyone to know here is that we are not, I don't want to say we're behind schedule, but we're kind of behind schedule for MLK. And the fact that we are doing it now in person, and we haven't done that since the first in-person thing we had was City of Destiny last spring. I'm sorry? City of Destiny.
Yeah, it was last spring.
Last spring.
Well, June 15th.
But that was the first in-person that we had. Obviously the mayor loves all of the things that we do and wants to be involved, but I will say that the MLK celebration is very, very important to her. And so she does give us a lot of input to the direction that we're gonna wanna go into. And Kala, Jennifer, the mayor and I all sat together virtually and discussed a lot of this. So can I just go into it?
Yeah, and Mayor, do you have the agenda packet that I sent to you and Nicole?
Thing.
It's got the agenda, it's got notes from that meeting that we had last month. September, I think it was September 22nd.
I'm opening it now.
There's also a production schedule. And it's just basically a brain dump on both of those. So page 1 is the agenda. Page 2 and 3 are the minutes from last month. And then pages 4 and 5 are notes about the MLK event. So.
Got it.
Perfect.
Okay.
So Mayor, the last time we spoke, we discussed about finalizing the theme, and was it Jennifer that looked up? We could still do rise? Use that word.
I don't know.
I think
Oh,
so.
no?
Yeah. So,
It's totally fine.
yep. So the Mayor, you have to, I guess, give us your input, but the finalized theme would be Still We Rise. And so to give you all a little back history, if you haven't seen the MLK that we did last year, which actually was beautiful. It was a beautiful production. It was all taped and recorded. And last year, the mayor came up with Hope and Healing. And so we did kind of tours around all the different districts about what Hope and Healing means to you and let them speak upon that. And it was really beautiful. And we got the community very much involved. This year, obviously, we're not like completed. We're not fully healed. We have a long way to go, but we still want to give the city and the people who are contributing to the city a moment to reflect and to feel better. And so we kind of came up with a loose concept of Still We Rise. Mayor, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. And I just want to be clear, that's what we came up with. But with all these new people, if there is something about that, something that you have that you think can add to that, I just inserted myself. I probably won't completely remove myself.
You will not.
But I would love to hear, I mean, when everybody went around the table and said, you know, how they came to this table and their expertise, I figured I should just go sit down and let you all do your thing. Because there's a lot of expertise in the room.
And that's what's beautiful about the mayor is she does want to hear our comments and our feedback, and she's a very open door kind of mayor. So I love the Still We Rise, because to me, that means we are still moving forward. We know we're acknowledging that we are not there yet. There's still a lot of hurt feelings and wounded moments and things that we have to deal with, but we as the community are still rising and we're still getting to where we want to be. And so I love that theme. If anyone has any thoughts, you don't have to say it right now, but at some point to Cal.
Oh, I do want to have you
Ask everyone.
Yeah, to ask everyone, and I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to ask for motion to approve that theme.
Okay.
Jennifer would really appreciate that, and so
Okay.
would Fred at TV Tacoma,
Which you guys will all know.
and Tammy and Gerald and everybody
Right,
else
right.
who's
Okay.
standing by to actually use that to start promoting and start building promotional campaigns as well.
Yeah.
Kind of have to have
Perfect.
the first thing done. So
Because
those
we are
two-
getting
those
very close.
Yeah, those are two things. You actually could ask for a motion now to accept that, ask for a second, and then have a discussion in Robert's rules. So I think that might be a good place
Okay.
to start, but
Well,
go
sorry.
ahead.
No, go ahead, Mayor.
License.
Mayor, go ahead.
I'd like to hear everybody's thoughts before we put it to emotion, because I don't
Okay.
want you to feel like once it goes to emotion,
Yes.
I don't want you to have to amend the motion or anything. So I just like to hear what you all think of the theme. The idea was, the hope was is that we want, well, the idea was is we want to give people some hope, right? Because it's been 2 very difficult years, but we didn't want to use the word hope because it's been used a lot. So this is how we came up with Still We Rise. But I'd love to hear from any of you, especially all you marketing gurus in the room.
I know, right?
By all
So let's
means,
start
Still
with
We
Alex.
Rise has been used a lot. So if you've got something else, put it out there.
Yeah, yeah, no, I defer to your expertise on Robert's rules.
I do know just a little bit about Robert's.
I know you do. Okay.
Okay, so let's start with Alex. Thoughts? Still We
I
Rise.
love it. I think
too.
that there is an opportunity. I don't know, I'm thinking like visually and like in terms of content development. I think there's a lot of fun things that we can do with the language. With that language, one thing that came to my mind, and I'm not saying we have to change it, but it's an
Yes,
option.
Yes.
A really small tweak if we change it to "and still we rise."
Yeah.
Why would you say, no, I love it,
And-
but tell me why the and. I just want to.
I think that it would insert it. Having the theme come in like halfway through the sentence gives us an opportunity to put whatever we want in front of "and still we rise." So it could be like I don't know, like pandemic and still we rise, or
And that was the thought, yeah.
you know,
No, I love
whatever it may be.
all the things, like
Yeah.
with the BLM movement, with
Yeah.
LGBT, like all the things, and Still We Rise, and Tacoma
Yeah.
in general.
And I think that as we develop the work, I think the "and" would naturally come in, like just in the way we
I love.
speak about it. But if you want to enshrine it a little bit more, then we could add the "and." I think that I don't think we have to go to heroic measures to change it, but I think that it's
I
an
like
option.
that. Thank you for that feedback, Alex. Mary?
And Alex, I'm gonna push on you just a second, Alex.
Yeah.
When we think, no, just because Alex and I are working together on
Yeah.
some overall messaging for the city. And so I'm just curious, Alex, as we think about what we've been talking about,
Mhm.
how this kind of, right, this is another forward-facing opportunity for us to talk about.
Totally. Yeah.
And so do you think this falls in, I mean, I'd like to hear what you think about how this falls into the work that we're gonna do.
Yeah. I think it is. I think, there's, you and I have a talk ad nauseum about challenges that the city faces. And I think that we could use this as kind of as a launching point, not a launching point, as a milestone throughout, the effort.
Yeah.
To message whatever the city wants to do. And I think Still We Rise is flexible enough to be able to do that.
So Mayor, can I ask really quick before we move on? And thank you, Alex. I love that. Like what are your goals and visions of like how you want to make people feel at the end of the day with this program?
And what's the purpose?
What is the purpose?
I want people this year to leave hopeful. Inspired might be a bridge too far right now, but
Yeah.
certainly hopeful and confident in their own agency about how they contribute to Tacoma's ability to rise.
Yep.
So that is, and the word that sticks out to me that's really important is the we. There is no
We.
the we, and still we the city, still we as community members, not still
Correct.
I rise, but still we rise.
Correct.
So that's the feeling I want people to leave with, like regardless of, and I'm just going to be blunt with, regardless with how many homeless encampments we have, regardless of how many homicides we're still having, that we're addressing those things and we're moving forward. We are still rising. Our light has not been put out. We have not been counted out. We are not down on the mat and we can't move. We are still pushing forward to rise to the place where we know our city should be. And so that's the feeling I want people to leave with.
Mhm.
I love that.
Just a glimmer of hope
Yeah.
that they contribute to this great city.
Yeah, so we have a question real quick.
It is not a question, it is a comment. But so when I hear still we rise and listening to this conversation, I'm hearing a lot of words like regardless of and in spite of and despite and things like that. And I wonder if still we rise or and still we rise perhaps puts some additional focus on those challenges as opposed to focus on the growth and change. So if I were to make an adjustment, I would probably switch to the gerund. Because Mayor, what you were just talking about of we are rising, we are still rising. I like rising better. And perhaps, and I understand this still is there to acknowledge those challenges, but I worry that because that is there, the focus will be on those challenges. Whereas if it were something like Destiny Rising or Tacoma Rising or something that we can't use that, something that involves some of the other nicknames that I know we have the City of Destiny Awards. We're also Grit City, and that speaks to resilience and strength in the face of adversity without necessarily shifting the focus to we had this pandemic, we're having these homelessness struggles, we are we're engaged in all of these headwinds. If we start with still, then we are moving focus onto those adversities and challenges rather than placing focus on the optimism and hope.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I think that's a great
I wonder
point.
if there's some language adjustment we can make
No, we
there
can
to.
work the language adjustment, absolutely. But I think that one of the things is kind of that when we all got together and started talking about this, it was kind of like we don't want the language to be like great and hopeful. Like we're all, you know what I mean? Like we're not. Like we need to recognize where we're at, what's happening, because shit, pardon my language, it's still, pardon my language, fucked up. Like do you know what I mean? Like it's not, I don't want.
I'm gonna give you my curse jar.
Thank you. I don't, I love what you're saying, and I totally think that is movement or there's room for more language and vocabulary to go into that. What we kind of talked about in the beginning is the fact that we don't want to like act like we're pulling the wool over people's eyes. Like we're great, 100% Tacoma, awesome. Like we know we're not that. The mayor can't say that. No one can say that. Like there's a lot of things we still need to work on. And so we don't want to alienate what's actually happening and act like we don't see it. So we have to be very careful when we have these awards and we're saying this language that it's not like, oh, they're living on a little cloud up in cloud 9 and they're like, oh, it's so great. Like it's not great. Like things are messed up. Like it really is.
That still is more to indicate than resilience, right?
Mhm.
The idea is not we have all of these things and we're still just muddling through. It is still, despite these things, we are driving forward.
Correct.
We have resilience as a city. We have sustainability within ourselves. We can build on this. So I wonder if there's a way to clarify that in the language to focus more on resilience and development than the challenges against which we must.
So I would love to task you to give us within 7 days more wording, because I really do love Still We Rise, because I like the meaning behind that. Like, because we are acknowledging we're not done. We are acknowledging that we need more growth and we're still growing and we're trying to recover from all of the things that have happened. But if you can find language that better describes that, I am open to that. Please give it to us.
I'm curious, what if we just said, we rise?
I do like that. My issue is with still. So if it was we rise, I think that gives you space on both sides of this equation.
Yeah.
Rather than leaning on the scales a little bit towards the adversities.
Mhm.
If it's we rise, we can talk about both in equal measure. We can talk about the challenges that we're facing if we choose to. But if the focus is on how we are addressing those challenges and what steps we're taking, I mean, obviously this is a feat, but if it is focused on what those positive things are that we're doing in the face of these challenges, I think that works better. I think simplifying it to We Rise gives us space on
I love
both
it.
ends.
No,
I
I
got
think
one
that's,
more suggestion. I just got something that pulls in what you said, coming, my doorbell rang. I got something that brings in what you said, but then brings in the community. And what if the theme was we rise ... together?
Mm,
I like it.
mhm.
Together is good.
No, I love it. So I think that we should take that as a working thing. We do have to figure this out, like, just because this was already in place this time last year, like, we have to figure this out. But I love what you're saying, because I think that we all want to appreciate the hopefulness and like what we're going through and that we are coming above. But also not ignore what we've gone through,
Right, I mean, you can.
right? Like, I don't want to go to the community like cupcakes and fucking lollipops. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, we're not.
Yeah.
There's tents everywhere and crackhead. Yes, Kala.
Could you just rattle off a couple of the words?
He
so I can
said-
write them up here. So
yeah.
I heard resilience. Jacob,
Lord,
I'm putting you on the spot, man, because I'm gonna take a picture of this.
I mean, grit was a thing that I mentioned. Yeah, what we're looking for is where is there progress in the face of this adversity? Where's
I like progress, Kala.
in what way are we? Yeah, in what way are we resilient? In what way are we demonstrating this grit that's part of the city's legacy?
Tammy's gonna say, okay, better together. If this ends up, we rise together on a pillow at TJ Maxx. She's gonna tear her hair out. Because better together 253 was our slogan
Yeah.
a few years ago. And she was like, that's one of our kind of our subtext for the Tacoma venues and events in the Tacoma Dome. And she went out, you were shopping and you saw better together on pillows at TJ Maxx or someplace similar, right, Tammy?
Yes, it was at Marshall's because
Oh.
better together is also now a wedding phrase, but also every company after the pandemic came out with their own better together advertising. So we can't use that.
She's done her research, but we rise together. So progress, I just wanted to capture this. I'll take a picture of it and use it to fill out but if you guys want to, feel free to walk over here and write some stuff down and we'll capture it to record.
Perfect.
Because you can't see it on there, but I have to write stuff down on whiteboards. And I know there's a whiteboard feature, but trust me, I do not want to learn the new technical.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna cry. It's like another cheerleading moment. Okay.
So, we need to figure this out. So I am giving everyone the task of 7 days. Get back to Cal and I before the end of next week. If you have any ideas on the theme, and we'll run that by the mayor. But I think we are focusing on the still we rise, we're rising together. Like, I think we can all agree that that's a good focus.
Can I break in really quick? So
Say that again.
I just want to break in super quick. So
Yeah.
I totally get the timeline on that. But then.
Too long?
Well, no, but then what? If this requires a vote, you don't meet for a month, and we can't be a month out to start at least some art. I don't think.
We'd have to have a special meeting that was like, 10 minutes long or something.
Okay, I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, the rules for public meetings have gotten a little bit, everything has to be hybrid. Everything has to be open to the public if you have a quorum, and a quorum for your group is 4 now because there are 6 members. It's just a simple majority. So we have problems with that. So we would, and a month is a long time. Now, when I started with this committee, we met twice a month. And during the planning stages of MLK, because there's so much heavy lifting, and the more we want you to be involved in it, the more work there is to do. We also have a communications subcommittee. So you could do, just thinking about this, and maybe the mayor will have some thoughts, but you could also do a vote as, again, a working title or something like that. but it's an action that you have to take and then it's a public record. So
So we have to vote on it.
it would be really good if you could get that taken care of
Mhm.
today. But that's just me and Jennifer looking at things.
No, I get it.
from
I know we're
production.
behind. I know we're behind. I
Right.
get it. I get it.
And yeah, so.
Okay, so think on more words, please.
I'll also point out, if I can point out.
Yes,
that
Alex, please.
I think that with themes, we're really just looking to capture the spirit and energy of the event. And there's a lot of opportunity
Yes.
for talking points and messaging. And I think an Achilles heel of theme brainstorming is, like we can start to mince words a little bit. And I think that it doesn't have to be that way. So I hope we find comfort in that, not anxiety. We
Mhm.
find comfort
No,
in
I
the fact
agree.
that there's a lot of different ways we can go. Someone's posting something up there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Message from Jennifer, all logistics all the time.
Yeah. Oh, Jennifer. She keeps us in line.
Yeah. That's what she gets. That's her job.
Yeah.
Can we
So-
vote on a working document? Will that give us the latitude to just move forward and then revisit it at a later date? Or,
I kind of feel like today we have to figure out the theme
okay,
before the end of the meeting. So please have that in the back of your mind of what we might want to do. Okay, so can we move forward?
Well, you can get some business done while the mayor's not on screen. You can move to item number,
she has 9 minutes before she was.
Yeah.
Next.
so you have this has been characterized in the open discussion item, the very first item. We went quite a bit long.
Mhm.
And then item number 2 is approve the minutes from the previous meeting. So
All right.
I know that's difficult for people. Like I sent it out really late. I think I sent it Monday or something on the minutes. So
So do I have a
You and Alex.
motion to approve the minutes
on the agenda.
and the agenda?
A motion.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Call for a vote.
Call for a vote. Aye.
Aye.
I'd.
Ayes.
I love it. So we already went through like chair comments, really. I feel like that was long.
Well, you want to talk about I know Cecily's not on, but do you want to talk about the establishment of new roles?
Can I? Really?
Well, it is something that you're going to have to vote on. You might want to wait until after we talk about the rules and the rules and procedures, which are also in this packet.
Mhm.
So
Pages 10 through 15.
I only put 10 through 15 on here because the rest of the handbook is still being worked on, which you guys will get. Needed a few more changes made to it. I did incorporate your comments.
Thank you. Alex, if you could look at page 12. Perfect.
So we used to have a secretary role and we used to have a treasurer role on this committee. And so I left it as, let's see, roles are on page 12. Yeah.
Chair and vice chair.
And then it's like the election of officers and how that's handled and how often it's handled. But it also mentions and potential other roles and titles. So if you guys wanted to add, for instance, you had talked about adding a subcommittee,
Mhm.
subcommittee like vice chair and
Mhm.
just a plain vice chair
Mhm.
that would fill in for you when you're not here. Those are two different roles. So
Correct.
do you want to talk about what your intention was for that?
So my intention with obviously how I want to run this is everyone's voice matters. Like that, I'm not a dictatorship. I'm just here to make sure that we're all heard. It's very important to me. In my role as director of Courthouse Square, I am very much a facilitator. I care about the community and I just want us to all be able to participate. That's how I feel. As far as what the vice so my role is to kind of coordinate all of this and participate in meetings with Kala, the mayor, Jennifer, Tammy, and otherwise. We will start doing, and I think all of you, just from knowing your resumes and hearing your interviews, I think that we'll all. And I'll say that.
No, I was just taking a deep breath.
Oh, sorry, she checked me. So, but I feel like she does. She has my strings. So, but one thing, it's true. But one thing that I really want us to all realize is that we have the opportunity to truly celebrate Tacoma and to celebrate all the different things. Right now, CERC is really focused on MLK and City of Destiny Awards, which are amazing. And I love that we get to do that. We have, obviously, as we've mentioned, like this is our first in-person meeting for a very long time. But we've all kind of talked about trying to elaborate on what we do. We also give funding to many events in the city. We get to vote on that. But I would like us to be able to like move forward with other things, like whether they're smaller and their community discussions, but just like really being there for our people. And I would love to establish that. It was very difficult when I first started because we were still in the pandemic. So as my role as chair, I just kind of oversee that, but you all can take a role of, I want to do this. Like, I want to do community conversations. I want to sit out on the sidewalk and do a thing. Or I want to, like, let's have a festival to park, like whatever, like, it's open table dialogue. So I attend the meetings, like I said, with Kala. We meet a lot. Jennifer, and once you guys will get to know Fred from TV Tacoma. Sorry. And then the mayor as well, but and Gerald and Tammy too. But the vice chair role is kind of someone who can be there when I cannot be. Although I try to be here all the time because it's super important to me. But someone that can make decisions, should I get run down by a train or a truck or a trailer, and be able to make those choices, right?
Yeah.
To end with me. And then also kind of help me oversee the committees that we decide on. So if we want to do something more with the public and like another events, which I really want to get into more events, the vice chair would kind of help me be there to delegate and just make sure everything is happening. Can I say what I want?
Well, why don't you, so you want to, your suggestion is that you would add vice chair and then a subcommittee vice chair.
I want a vice chair, but I want the subcommittees to be able to be ran by the people who want to run them.
Okay. So, so that's fine. And usually subcommittees are less than a quorum. So 3 people or less. 3 is really good. 2 is probably more likely. And we'll get into what those roles are. So we don't really need to. So the only one you want to add is vice chair. We'll go back to that. So that would be a change to this.
I have to go back to that. I can't lock down.
No, you can. So
Can I nominate?
let's see. What order do we want to do this in? I think what you probably need to do is ask for a motion to add vice chair. And then once that's approved, to go into your rules. And, I know I put the rules and procedures down below, but once that goes in here, then you can talk about who you want to be in what role.
So I would like to add a motion to approve that we have a vice chair as a part of the city events and recognition committee.
Ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
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 Thank you.
Any discussion?
Any discussion?
What a great idea.
Right.
How long is your term? Is it a year? Is it until your term is up? Like, how does that work?
So we are,
Is it in there somewhere and I just didn't see it?
So every other year, it's under election of officers. The
Okay.
CERC shall elect a chairperson, vice chair, potential other role titles. Election is every other year, and I think it's Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
starting
In
tomorrow?
odd years. So this role would be, and whoever is appointed to that role would be in it until, sort of this time next year, maybe a little bit earlier than the year. Yeah,
Just
does that
curious.
answer your question, yeah. And you can.
I'm not gonna lie, I will probably try to amend that because I have been chair for a year and a half during Zoom.
Yeah.
And I would like to be chair in person
For the same amount of time.
for, yes,
Yeah, no,
I put in
I
a
mean-
lot of work
Well, people,
during virtual life and I want to get out there and be the chair and support the committee and do all the things. So,
We want you to do that too.
yeah,
So,
that will be slightly amended because I feel
well, you can actually run again next year.
Hmm.
Nothing without.
they might
opposition.
not like me.
They might not.
you will.
Yeah. But okay, so. further discussion?
Anything else? Now can I say who I want?
No, now you say.
Yeah, vote to approve. All who approve, say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose? No.
Whoever's not here gets, no, I'm just kidding.
So are any of them voting
No,
members?
no.
That's
So
technically-
these are our support staff, so
Yeah,
kind of
they're
in
not-
like clear basic language.
Yeah,
Calla might say different things, but essentially, so Tammy and Gerald run.
they're
T-
employees of this.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay, I was just
And Calla is our person.
Yeah.
But we are the committee.
Right.
Does that make sense? And then Cecily is not here today, but she's part of it as well. And so we're the ones who get to vote on all the things. And we have support staff from the city and the Tacoma events and venues.
Guess all in favor, say aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we did
Aye.
that. Yeah, aye.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we've doubled it, so
Yeah,
that's
it's
good.
double good.
Okay, now you can talk about
What I want.
your recommendation.
So I am recommending today at the table for Alex to be my vice chair of the City Events and Recognition Committee. I love Alex. Alex is very, do I get to go into why I want Alex?
Yeah, that's your nomination.
So, no, sorry. Alex shows up every meeting. Alex has always been present with me through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the beautiful. I really appreciate the feedback that you have. I really appreciate just you're very calm and even. I'm a little fiery, so I appreciate the balance. Alex has been on the committee for over a year now. Yeah,
Yeah. 2.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, wild. We're all so confused because
I was
COVID.
trying.
But I love the support and I love the knowledge that Alex has. I love how Alex really has a good sense of the Tacoma community in all different senses, from economic to diversity. And I feel like he is a great counterpoint to me. I trust Alex to be there when I cannot be. I trust Alex to be there as a source of information, guidance, and just kind of a shoulder to lean on. If you can't do that, I hope you feel like I can be that for you too. But I feel like we're a good couple. So I would like, can I do it now?
Can I ask for a motion?
Can I have a motion to,
She loves this.
can I have a motion to approve Alex as our vice chair of the City Events and Recognition Committee?
I so moved.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. I mean, do you want it?
Discussion, here's the discussion.
The discussion is, are you interested, Alex?
Yes, I would love to. I
This
mean.
isn't the first time I brought this up to him. We've
Yeah.
been talking.
No, I appreciate it. Everything you said, I'm very honored for the nomination. Like I said, I think that the work that we do in this group, I think is going to, there's a lot of power to make lasting and positive change. So I appreciate the nomination and your confidence in being part of being your thought partner. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Perfect. Can I have a motion to approve
Yes.
or vote? Have a vote, please.
Do I have to learn
We have to make
Robert's
a
rule?
motion
Yeah,
vote?
we have to read it together. Again,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna leave out.
perfect. All in favor?
Hi.
All opposed? It was so much easier over Zoom. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Alex is my new vice chair. I'm so excited.
Thank you. I'm excited too.
I am, yeah.
I think
We had a couple of conversations and we feel very good about the direction and taking on the responsibility and also like bringing you guys in so that you can call either one of us with anything. You can call Kala, anyone, but Alex and I, we're here for you. And we really want to build this committee and be strong and positive and really celebrate Tacoma.
Mhm. Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Renaissance words.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know if we're gonna get the mayor back, so it's just gonna be that fuzzy picture. But,
Yeah.
do you have any other comments? We have another, like this, the
Section.
MLK,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
understaffed.
No, we have a
update.
lot going on. I just want to say thank you. Like, I'm Jessica Johnston. I am the chair of City Events and Recognition. But I thank you all for being here. I'm super excited. I'm more excited that this is a tangible meeting
Mhm.
in person. Like, again, I interviewed online and all of our meetings are online. I didn't get to meet Kala until the summer.
This is the first time I've.
And in person.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, you guys have no idea. It's been really wild and we've put together a lot of things over
Mhm.
virtual conversation
Yeah.
and making it all happen. And I really appreciate everyone in this room. Thank you for taking time to care. Please, again, like I have a door open policy. If you have ideas, if you want to bring something new to the table, if we want to do new celebrations, which is what I really want to get to. Because I feel like we have dialed in MLK and City of Destiny, and I would like to see us do other things. I would like to see us participate in other events that are going on around the city. Like if we could have representatives at them. But again, your comments are appreciated, your thoughts are appreciated, and thank you all for giving the time to be here.
Mm.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I got to see all of your interviews.
Oh, yes. Listen to them, huh?
And no, and I know, but
Are
thank
we-
you.
Can we get a grade like 1 to 10 on the?
You guys-
Well, we made it,
You
so.
guys did, no, you guys,
Still
I
like a two over here.
want to tell you that I think you guys, like, I was impressed with this round of folks. So Cecily and, Hillary and the other people that have rolled off the committee. And also you guys just gave really good answers, so like I was going, oh, yay. This is great. So that's from my perspective. And I know Tammy and our director, Adam Cook, who sometimes pokes his head in, really appreciate so much having talented, passionate, committed individuals. And
Creative, with your
yeah.
own ideas. Yeah.
and one of the things about when we go through this puppy, line by line, the rules and procedures and vote on it, and I just noticed that vice chair is already in there. I'm losing my mind today. But you guys really need to be engaged. And so I feel like you already are starting to do that. So please, don't let her run rampant. You have to hold her accountable for giving you guys room. And that's really your jobs as members. So is that okay to say? I think you did just say that, so.
I kind of did,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, because I'm not, like I said, I don't want to be a dictatorship. Like I want us to all come to the table and like represent our own thoughts. And that's what's so great about Tacoma. And I feel like we have that. I'm just kind of here to be the one that's responsible if the mayor gets mad and take that lashing as it comes. But I am here for all of you and I'm really excited about what we're going to do. I think that especially in the darker moments post-pandemic and just all the things. This committee means a lot to me because it is celebrating those who are giving back to each other and who want to, you know, be a part of their neighborhoods and communities and whatnot, and recognizing that. And I think all of you want the same. But everything's open. Like I say, like, let's bust this out. Like, let's do something new. Like, let's shake it up a bit. So anything you want, I'm always available for coffee. We have what? We can't meet more than 3.
Not more than 3 people at a meeting because 4 constitutes a
It's a
quorum.
quorum.
There's
Right.
11 seats, but we have 6 members.
Mayor's
Right,
back.
so.
So we have to be a little bit better about that. Mayor, do you have any thoughts? No. Perfect.
I apologize. Someone came to my door. I had to take care of something, so I
Do you need- so
apologize.
can
Did
I-
you guys make all the decisions? Are we good to go?
Yeah, so we haven't made the full decision on the theme for MLK, but I was just welcoming the committee, the new members, because we have 3 new members, and letting them know how much we appreciate them, that I am not running a dictatorship. I want all of their thoughts, and let's bring it out of the park and just do it. Like whatever you have, whether it's a small new event or something we should promote or whatever we should. I've asked them all, like, we should all go to events around the city together, not a quorum, but as much as we can, just to support, like, even things that we're not funding in X, Y, and Z, but really support the community and Tacoma.
Absolutely.
And that I want all
And
ideas.
reimagine and envision, like
Yeah.
City of Destiny Awards. It could use some energy too.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Mayor Jennifer, of course, in her infinite wisdom, reminded us that if the committee doesn't vote today on a theme, even if it's all, you know, everything's subject to change at a later date, but we need to have that here and now. Otherwise, we have to do a special meeting in a week or 2, which is really hard to do. And then we also would need to do it before the November meeting because that's just
We
too
just
late.
can't, yeah.
That's only 2.
Can't wait. Gotcha.
Can
So
I-
did you
can I
guys,
make a motion?
come up with something?
Yes, so honestly, I am going back to "and we rise." I do like changing that.
And we rise together. Oh, I didn't write and we rise.
Is that what you said? And still we rise, or "and we rise"?
Yeah, I think dropping the still was what was most
So,
important.
and
we
we
is
rise.
good.
Mayor, thoughts? "And we rise." I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I think the and instead of a still.
I think it's
You know
very,
what? Because the and says despite.
right.
Not, it says, despite, put that aside, we're still rising. I like and we rise.
"And we rise." I love it.
And it's a way you can end a sentence, like if we're talking about it as a rhetorical player, if I were writing a speech.
yes.
Then I could say at the beginning of that clause, you know, we are facing a homelessness crisis and we rise. And I can also
Yeah.
say, we are developing our healthcare system so that it is
"And we
more,
rise."
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you can put a positive growth phrase on the beginning, you can put an adversity phrase on the beginning, and either way you have this beautiful rhetorical flourish that you can attach.
And
to
do
it.
we have
Like,
Gerald? Gerald, what do you think about that for marketing purposes? Because I do like that, "and we rise." Because that could
Yeah.
be so many things. I see the campaign.
I know, Tammy.
Definitely, I think, sorry. Need water out of. No, I do love that. Because I think like with the whole what's still, it's kind of like a we're still rising, like, you know, it's like uncertainty, but like
Sure.
I think we will, like, you know, we will rise is
"And" is powerful. Yeah.
a strong statement. So I love
Yep.
it.
I
Yep.
hear my MLK speech already.
And we can talk about livability.
Look, and I'm like, and Alex.
Tammy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tammy, do you have any thoughts?
No, I agree with Gerald. I think it sounds great. And I like that we caught that because this still does have a negative connotation. So I really like it. I think this is a great change. And I loved it before, but now I
Yeah.
think it's better.
I do too. Good job. Bravo.
Tammy's been through a
Yeah.
lot of branding
Yeah.
projects in the last couple of years, so
Yeah,
we can really gain some insight from her on how to use subtitles and slogans and,
Mhm.
taglines and well, you'll find out because we're gonna make you guys sit through a whole presentation about, it's not long, about TVE soon. So, yeah.
perfect. Yeah, I love it.
Good
So I feel
job.
like that's our theme. Jennifer, thoughts?
I'm good with it. I think it's great. That was great teamwork. Big
All
picture.
right. So I would like to have a motion to vote on And Still We Rise for the MLK and
And
rise for the MLK theme. Motion to approve,
motion.
second,
I'll second.
perfect. I need a gavel and I pass it.
No, all those, you gotta vote still. All those in favor.
Oh, all those unfavored,
I love you.
Aye.
all those opposed? Done.
Yeah, the ayes have it. Here,
The
here,
ayes
Jessica.
have it.
Jessica, I got you. I got a
Thank
gavel.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Mayor.
I got two. I got a big one and a little one.
I love it. Also, I need to talk to you about a really cool thing I got from the courts recently to hang at Courthouse Square. I got one of Judge Jack Tanner's signs.
I missed a lot.
Awesome.
Yes, and I want to hang it, but you need to come and hang it with me.
Okay, I can do that.
We'll both learn Robert's rules. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Mayor.
But this is so great. What a great committee. Okay, so moving forward.
Yeah. I'm next.
So we are going to have staff updates. Hello?
Yes, my turn. Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna go. Since we got the theme, you guys are gonna move on to the rest. I'm gonna go.
Yes.
I'll see you all next month. But Jessica, did you talk at all about the singer that we may be able to get?
We have not talked about that yet, but we will. And I
Okay.
think that'll probably be a meeting that you, Kala, Jennifer, and I have to discuss the choirs and singers and things of that nature.
Perfect. All right.
Yep. Thank you. I look forward to it. Thank you for your time, Mayor. I appreciate
See you guys
it.
later. Thanks. Congratulations, everybody, and thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Yes.
All right. So moving on to onboarding, not just the new members, but giving the same orientation presentation to the existing members. And what I'd like to do is maybe partner, since there's 3 new and 3 existing, or 3 previous, we maybe partnering you one, 2 1 and 1, and then doing a Zoom orientation. And in that orientation, see if I can bring this up. If you'll pardon me a moment, I'm going to open a document. Yeah, Chair's going to step away. You're not going to vote on anything while she's
All right.
gone.
Thank you.
Now's my
It's
chance.
right across the hall. Download it to this. Sorry about the 2 screens. I will work on that. Good evening.
Yeah, we could probably switch that display to extend rather than mirror. I'll probably do it from the desktop. If you just go to just the background, so minimize one of these windows. Give me all the way to the desktop background. Minimize the next window.
Desktop background on Zoom.
No, just if you minimize one of these windows so that we can see just the background, like the desktop background. Okay, now right click on the desktop background.
Okay.
Give me display settings.
I love having technical people here.
Go to display. Scroll down. On that right hand side.
Yep.
And then
Multiple
Go ahead and hit
displays.
detect. There should be multiple displays assigned on here.
Well,
Yeah, it's only grabbing the one. Is this linked up? Oh, this is networked to multiple. This is on those two screens right there and the big screens and this side screen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a different side. Not
Okay,
local, my
well,
bad.
I will figure it out. I have done that.
Doing great.
I feel pretty good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kristen. I
Great.
got a little cheer squad here.
No, not worried about it.
Sure, okay. This is a Word document and it is a working document right now. But this is the handbook that you will receive as soon as my coworker Claire, who also put together the presentation, that's the orientation presentation, amazing. She's our guest services coordinator at Tacoma Dome. And she sometimes also works at the convention center, and during the pandemic, she put together all these training materials, which I'm gonna figure out how to share the links for the ones that are internal training, because there's an equity training that's required, but we have one that she developed specifically for TVE, or Tacoma Venues and Events, our department, which you are an extension of. And so there is a really good presentation, very short, okay? But she put together this handbook and that presentation, and constantly giving her kudos. Plus, she fixed the printer today so that I could print all this stuff. It's like weird. So we always start with the land with the land acknowledgement. If you probably noticed, I don't know if you've been to any other meetings where they do that. But it's really important to us.
Very important.
Especially when you think about where the Tacoma Dome is and, you know, the surrounding properties. There's quite a lot of
Where the general United States is, that whole section.
yeah.
We did horrible.
Yeah, so we always have something, and then there's a really good presentation that there's gonna be a link. So if you haven't already seen that, the Puyallup tribe, their division of language, they have a teaching division that is about the 12 seed specifically, or more generally, the Salish Coast Salish people speak Lushootseed, which is a broader type of, it's sort of like saying English, and there's a, you know, a Welsh version of English and a, you know, Irish version of English. It's very similar to that concept. So here you go. And then there's
Can
a
I
whole,
say something? I'm so grateful we do that.
me too.
I was recently in North Carolina with the Chamber of Commerce and city officials and leadership of Tacoma.
Right before the hurricane hit, she got out of
Right,
town.
yep. And it kind of made me sad, and a lot of people that were in the leadership group, because they don't acknowledge any of it. Like, they don't acknowledge tribes or anything.
Is it a national group?
Well, it's the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, we acknowledge it, like.
Yeah, I think we're pretty progressive. Charleston also has quite the challenged history with the blacks and you know, the slavery and the enslaved people.
But I just love that we do acknowledge that, and so it does mean a lot to me. And it, like, because we were all kind of like, they're not saying anything about their like land they're on. Like,
Mayor Woodard's was really instrumental in
yeah. So I do appreciate that part.
in creating a better relationship with the tribe.
Yeah.
And so they are prominently involved in a lot of things that we do, like the MLK event, and sometimes with City of Destiny Awards and all the arts programs.
But we say this at the beginning of every meeting and every event that we have, it's always acknowledged. And the tribes do come down to courthouse. So the building that I run is where the bolt session happens to allow the tribes to fish and all. It's very special to me in my heart. And I love that we do that. So thank you.
And then we have a bunch of information about Tacoma Venues and Events, how CERC, we call it CERC, affectionately referred to.
You'll hear the CERC.
The CERC. And just some of the responsibilities, but that's the beginning of it. And then Tacoma Venues and Events. So what is it and what do we do, and what are our priorities, our vision and our mission and our values, which again, Tammy and Gerald and her team worked on. See, it says better together, enriching lives and welcoming spaces. Back when we did this, it was not something that was, you know, a wedding thing, or maybe it was, but we didn't know that, so now we do. And we talk about what the city's priorities are and how our department has created goals to be associated with that. And it's specifically the resolution 40622. There's a link. And it's on the city's website. It's called the healing. What's it called? Healing. Art healing? No. Anyway, there's a page. I've got a link to it. And then the goals for as we've interpreted it for our department. And then we talk about the projects that are currently under the responsibility of this committee, just a little bit, and we have links to the web pages that also have links to where you can watch those. Has anybody ever been, of the new people, and Alex, I mean, I know Jennifer's been to a bunch of stuff, but have you ever been to the MLK event in Tacoma?
I don't know.
Have you ever been to the City of Destiny Awards?
I watched it.
Yeah.
They're all online.
Very
YouTube.
good. Yeah, so you can sort of see what the mayor says. The City of Destiny Awards has a little bit of a dry feeling and it's very repetitive every year. We don't do anything really new with it, which in one sense is kind of a relief because it starts up before we even have the MLK event. But it does need some zhuzhing, I will say.
She really enjoyed what we did this year. She enjoyed the Pantages.
Well, yeah, who wouldn't?
Right. Kella, thank you.
Yeah, thank Adam for talking them down. on
They'll
that.
do it again.
And then it just describes all of the awards that have to do with the City of Destiny Awards. Of course, there's also awards for the MLK event, and I should remind you that if you go to cityoftacoma.org/MLK, you will see a link to a nomination form. And that's something to share. And we actually, if Gerald has done, and he can talk about this when he does his staff report. We have about a week and a half left. October 31st is the deadline. And we don't want to move that. So we're asking people to really send this link out to all of their organizations, you know, nonprofits, or even businesses. There is, you know, we have given the award to nonprofit businesses and to individuals who do something for a living and they went above and beyond. There's only 2 awards and possibly a third that the mayor will do a special recognition for. So, and then these are all of the City of Destiny Awards. There's tons of them, right? There's like 10 possibilities and we like to stick to that. We're pretty, so you guys will actually be reviewing these nominations and
It's so much fun.
it makes you feel amazing to
Yeah.
read these. It's
Sure.
really so inspirational. And, you know, I don't think I've ever gone to an MLK or City of Destiny Awards in person. I'll have to say going back, I always cry. I'm a crier. I'm really emotional.
Right there.
It's just, yeah, I know, yeah. So yeah, that's something that you will really get to know, and the links, I really highly recommend going back and, you know, even scanning through and, you know, seeing what they look like, because even when they were live back in, you know, the last MLK event was 2020, it was live. Right
Ooh,
before
just under the
yeah,
wire.
just under the wire, January, whatever it was. And so they're all recorded. That one actually is broadcast live. I think we're going to still continue to do that. And then we have another program that CERC is involved with, and that's the funding program for special events. And this is a competitive process, much like the AMOCAT awards that the arts group does every year. And so it's something that we feel really strongly about, and we really changed it because it used to be grandfathered, like funding the Daffodil Parade was just grandfathered in forever. So I don't want to take too much more time because it's almost 5:30 and I know we said that we were going to do that, but so I will
We'll talk
share
about
this
that
with
further,
you.
though.
Yeah, I will share this with you, and just know that it's mandatory training for all these open government videos. They're pretty easy to get through.
It
Jennifer's
doesn't
done
take
it.
that long, just.
Jessica's.
No, and it doesn't take that long. It's very informative. So please do it.
And this one, I need to get the link from Claire, so that's why this is a working document, still a draft form. This is where we have this information, and then the rules and procedures we'll want to go over here so that we can get that approved and get a date stamp on it. And then we do have the Robert's Rules of Order. That's sort of the last thing in the handbook. There's all the links that I was talking about to either websites on the city's web server or some things out there in the world, Robert's Rules of Order and access to training modules. The Open Public Meetings Act is actually to the state, so the state regulates that. And so don't be afraid of I don't know if you've ever looked at RCWs and stuff like that, but it's not that daunting, but I've had to do a lot of that myself. So and then there's the cheat sheet. So this is Alex
Oh, how
and
nice.
Jessica. This is where
Thank you.
yeah, this is where you all should understand what it's about. I really try to be respectful of, I don't want to say, excuse me, but ask for this. Like, that's why I'm always going, okay.
No,
ask for a vote. It's not natural for everybody. I mean, don't do it forever. And then just some procedures for that. And that's pretty much it for the handbook.
And that was emailed to everyone.
Not yet.
Okay.
Because Claire needs to do some final touches on it. So we will email that, and then I will set up a meeting for onboarding, okay, for the presentation. Let's see. Oh, where's my agenda going? That was the minutes from the last.
So do we need to each pick someone to do the onboarding with?
It's really going to be about when you're available. So I think that's something that I'll have to send out, maybe a doodle calendar or something, and then you guys just let us know what your timing is like, because I want to get that done within the next, before the first, before the next monthly meeting.
So
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to get the state stuff done in the first 90 days that, after you've been appointed. I think I might have mentioned that to you guys. But I want to get this out to you as soon as possible. So we want to, let's go and next thing is, and Jennifer, if you are still around, maybe you could drive this, but I set one of the pages in here, I put the production schedule for the MLK event. It starts with October and then it goes November, December, and January. That's just Cecily had asked for a production schedule. And I thought, oh my gosh, we haven't even done that yet. Jennifer and I looked this over. This is sort of a brain dump from me, but it does give you an idea of what to expect to be happening in the background. And maybe even will give you an idea of what you might want to sign up to work on. And so that's the schedule. And I know that it's, it's a program, right? And so it's an event, right? It's a deadline and we have to have things done by a certain period in time. And we're really dependent on Jennifer and Fred Yomes at TV Tacoma. And so we have things plugged into a calendar to say, by this time, we must have this done. So for instance, in November, I have a reminder on my calendar to apply for a TPU grant. And what they do is they can give us up to $5,000 to help support the program, but also then they get a table at the community outreach fair. The community outreach fair is something that Cecily has volunteered to spearhead, but she'll want someone else, at least a couple of people maybe, to help her work with Jennifer to organize all of the people. And also make sure that we have all of the nonprofits that serve Tacoma can have a table at that. It's free. It's right before the MLK program and right after. And so
Nourish will be there.
Nourish will be there. We've worked with the, oh God, Jennifer,
Yes.
the food bank.
Yes, ma'am. Emergency Food
Nadine,
Network.
what is it?
Emergency Food Network. That's actually where I'm at right now.
Right.
Okay. You work at Emergency Food Network. You work with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we've done a food drive in the past, canned or perishable food drive. I want to make that a little bigger. It's sort of an afterthought, as you know, when there's an event, people just kind of, they forget, and when they get there, they see the big barrels and they forget to bring stuff, so.
Cash is good too.
Cash is good too.
So Cecily and I did meet and we're very excited about the community outreach. And so I would love, obviously, if you guys connect, or Callahan or I will send you her email, because that might be something it sounds like you would be wanting to be participating in.
Is there a CERC calendar with these deadlines on it that we can
Yeah.
share amongst the committee? Like a Google
We
calendar?
should
we
have
can all
that.
hop
No,
on?
there's not.
Jennifer,
Yeah,
is it a Google Drive that you like to use?
it is.
Okay, so we should be putting that, huh?
I think that's very strong. I like that.
Okay.
All my stuff.
Good. So when we get to that point, we should be putting, once we everything with Fred, then we should be.
I think he's talking about an overall CERC calendar that also includes.
Correct.
Yeah, that's, okay, we can create
We
that.
have like meetings, deadlines, that
Okay.
sort of stuff.
You'd be speaking my language if it was color coded by event too. man.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Yes. Yes, please.
That's hilarious.
Yay.
On this schedule, I'll just say really quick, because many of you weren't at any of the in-person ones, and it was mentioned, but I want to highlight, it's kind of funny when we start talking about like hybrid events and this and that, in that the MLK event was always broadcast live on television. So it was in that model before, and it will continue to be. But that is why the video assets and things like that are a little bit different than where you can sometimes fly by the seat of your pants and have a video done, 2 weeks ahead. TV Tacoma just won't allow that kind of shenanigans. So we do need to be pretty buttoned up.
Yep, buttoned up. Okay, so Google Drive. I have a Dropbox, and I have the Outlook one.
I can help you.
I know you can. Thank you. There cannot be anything outside of the city's server or hard copy that, like, you can't use it Google Drive for anything that you're going to vote on. So agendas, minutes, that sort of thing has to be on the public city website. Yeah, so just FYI, because it's not public. This is a private thing, the Google
Right,
Drive.
it's a
Yeah.
private enterprise.
Yeah. I do have a public YouTube channel that I upload the videos to, and then I link to them, so you'll notice in the minutes.
So I apologize. I'm like 7 minutes late to another meeting.
Okay,
So we need to kind of keep it moving.
okay.
Well, that, so we talked about orientation, TVE, social media. Correct?
Yeah, why don't we, well, we haven't talked about, we haven't gotten a social media.
Cheryl,
update.
are you here still?
Yeah, I am.
Can you give us a quick update? And I'm sorry, we're going over our minutes.
Oh no, you're good. It's just just the only two social media updates is like more of just that I posted the when it opened was the MLK Community Service Award nominations. Those links, like I mentioned before, links are live on both Facebook and LinkedIn. But I'll also drop in the chat our press release that we sent out to people. It's also housed onto our website. Just sharing, just pretty much sharing it on everyone's socials if you can. Also, I did send the committee members graphics to the community service awards, but also Cal, I'll resend it to you, and then probably can send it to the new committee members to also get that posted on social as well. And then also just a quick shout out just for kind of social media as well, related is Tacoma Arts Live Month is wrapping up soon. And if you just go to tacomaartsmonth.org, you can pretty much see we can show up to remaining events that are happening around Tacoma. So those are my quick updates. And we can talk a little bit more about in depth with social and stuff like that in November when I'm in person and meeting everyone. So
taking your pictures.
And then Gerald, yeah, just real quick, exactly what
Of course.
Kala just mentioned is, so we are doing photos next meeting.
Correct.
So you'll be here with a camera, backdrop.
Yes, I'll figure out the backdrop situation, but yeah,
If we already sent you a photo, we don't have to do that, correct?
I mean,
You want consistency, I'm guessing.
consistency, but of course.
I worked really hard on my photo I sent you. Okay, cool. So just remember that next meeting, we are all taking headshots.
Correct.
What does that look like? Is that suit and tie? Is that?
I think it's however you want to
You're
come. I
yourself.
would say like, yes, be yourself. I shall be business casual. I'll leave my boa and pearls at home. Have all that. I mean, we could.
I'll
You
bring my
want to.
bow in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. And then what else do you need, Gerald, as far as like the bios, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, we'll use the same link. So even for existing members that haven't done it yet, we can get that filled out as well. And then, yeah, what I can do, I'll create a QR code for it. So I just do like a little handout, or what we can do is I can do a printout. Everyone can just like write their answers down, stuff like that. And then I'll just ask for clarification if I can't read it, someone's handwriting, which I think I probably would. So yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's table the Office of Arts and Cultural Vitality item to next meeting.
So we will table the Office in Arts and Cultural Vitality until next meeting,
We don't need to vote on that.
and I'm not voting on it. So subcommittees, communications.
Alex, anything to say?
No, I don't.
Nothing at this.
Perfect. Nothing at this point. Handbook,
So the document that I just went over with you, it needs to be voted on so that we can
Move
include it in
forward.
the handbook and post it on your webpage.
do we have a motion to approve the handbook?
Sorry, roles and procedures.
The rules and rules and
Typo.
procedures of the handbook.
I move we adopt the rules and procedures as a handbook.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ooh.
For a second.
Fancy. Perfect. And
Any further?
any further discussion? No? Perfect.
Vote.
Vote aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Approved. Thank you so much. Anything else? I'm kind of like the talking head and she's like in my ear, listening, like what I have to say. I'm a master. It's true.
Okay, so we do not have any public attendees. What a
Perfect.
surprise. I said,
Um,
if you guys ever want to have somebody come and sit in, you're welcome to invite them to this. The link is always on the agenda. It's also on your webpage for the public to attend remotely. And they would be invisible in the background, would not be able to make comments, but they can raise their hand when it's public. And what we can do, I learned, is that you can actually ask people to send emails, written comments, and they can come to me at my email address, and then I'll provide them to the chair so that if there's anybody that wants to speak publicly or comment about the MLK event or anything like that. I found out that you could do it all in writing.
Something that you could set up a kiosk. That's something you could put some balloons around a little stand for. Be like, yo, give me some
And the
comments.
balloons are helium filled, so they rise. Oh, except they can't do that at the convention center, but no balloons allowed at the convention center, no tape. Anyway, that's too many accidents have happened, I guess.
What about boas, feathers?
Glitter.
Glitter.
No glitter, no glitter confetti.
I don't glitter at my venue either. I'm like, nope, because glitter and confetti started showing up in my bedroom and I was like, this is from the courthouse.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
I'm like,
crazy.
nope, don't need it. Don't.
How the balloon.
Global glitter shortage.
Go ahead.
It's because they set off the sprinklers.
Oh, yeah. I don't like balloons, Jennifer, because my ceilings are so high and it's a pain in the butt to get them down.
You need a drone.
Mhm.
Okay. That's correct. Ask for a motion for it. We don't need it.
Great. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Excellent. Second,
I'll second.
perfect. Hooray. Well, that was our very
Made it through.
first in-person meeting in 2.5 years.
All right, I am gonna end this and it looks like everybody.
They don't usually go though.
Let's see.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Gerald and Tammy.
All right, see
I'll
ya.
talk to you soon, Jennifer.
See you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me right now? Just let me know. Thank you for this. Did Jacob? did you-
Yes, I did.
Oh, thank you. What have you done? I'm gonna stop recording.
And are we gonna be in this room most likely?
Yes, I'm hoping with this size committee, because it's very doable, that we get